Is this live? Okay. Well, hello there. For anybody who's tuned in or watching this on replay or watching us on Zoom, we appreciate your listening and allowing us to come into your lives tonight. We would love to have you here in person. We miss the energy that both the choir and the band usually feel around this time when we can perform for a big audience. And hopefully next Christmas, that'll be possible. Of course, the first piece that you heard was It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. Our village is very beautifully decorated. People are scurrying around, lots of last-minute gift buying. This piece was written not initially, well, it was written by the man who wrote The Music Man, Meredith Willson. But it wasn't made a real hit until Perry Como sang it on his classic Christmas album. And then, of course, other crooners followed suit. I'm getting a signal from our Sparkle, our snow person there, that I should speak louder, I believe. Okay. I want to thank Sparkle, otherwise known as Denise, and Lori of Life Enrichment in the Chapel for being here to capture this for you. Now this is the reduced Rusty Pipes. As Scott Hill explained, we're not allowed to have more than 10 people. So the 10 that we have are very brave because they're essentially all soloists tonight. And this is really more like a chamber music concert than a band concert. We're calling this the mini moods of the holidays, or the mini moods of Christmas. That first piece was excitement, anticipation, hustle and bustle. And now we're going to change the tone and shift to a different mood. The next piece will be Evening Prayer from the opera Hansel and Gretel. This was written by Engelbert Humperdinck. Humperdinck was kind of a one-hit wonder, and this was the one hit, Hansel and Gretel. And we're going to be playing the Abendsegen from Act 2, the Evening Prayer, and this mood is one of comfort and safety from harm. Evening Prayer from Hansel and Gretel. Now we'll switch gears a little bit, and we're going to take you to northern Spain, the Catalonia region, and do a traditional Spanish or Catalonian carol called Fum Fum Fum. This is a 16th, 17th century Spanish carol. Catalonia is a region with its own language, and in Catalan, fum means smoke. So you can imagine a fireplace, a cozy fireplace, smoke coming out of the smokestack. Or alternatively, I like this better, you can imagine that fum imitates the sound of a strumming guitar, which is a very common folk instrument in Spain. So this mood is one of community. This is Sparkle. I'd like to introduce you to Sparkle. Sparkle is our techie. Okay, the mood of this is one of community, singing and dancing together. It goes through many moods. Fantasia on a Catalonian carol, Fum Fum Fum. You'll notice we're playing with masks too. I know that the singers had a hard time. They did beautifully though. And we're having a hard time. We're constantly adjusting our masks, so please forgive that. Now we're going to another mood. I'll call this one ambivalence, or sadness, or searching for the true meaning of Christmas. This is a piece from a 1965 animated Christmas special that many of you have probably seen, called A Charlie Brown Christmas. Charlie Brown is depressed. Christmas time is coming. He has a bad attitude about it. Thinks it's too commercialized. But his friends gather around and they start a play and they get him involved and they find a way to cheer him up, and by the end, he's discovered the real meaning of Christmas. It's unusual because this is a Christmas special with a jazz score, and I guess it's the first and maybe only one. Doesn't use any of the familiar Christmas carols. The producers thought it was going to be a flop. They didn't want a jazz score, but they hired Vince Guaraldi to write this score. It turned out to really just tap into something, and a lot of people find this to be one of their favorite Christmas specials. So we're going to play Christmas Time is Here from A Charlie Brown Christmas. I hope that didn't make you feel too blue, because by the end of the special, he did discover the true meaning of Christmas, and he got much more cheerful. Well, really now we're going to change the the mood into a very festive one. When you think of Christmas, well, when I think of Christmas, I think of brass. Being a trumpet player, brass is shiny, brass is loud, it's festive, it means majesty, grandness. Well, we're going to play a trumpet concerto, one movement from a trumpet concerto, written by Antonio Vivaldi. Vivaldi is probably best known, he's an Italian Baroque composer, probably best known for the Four Seasons, although he wrote many, many pieces, 40 operas, he was very prolific. But this was the only piece he wrote for brass instruments, and one of the few that was written at this time in the 1700s, because at that time, brass instruments were, I don't like to use the word primitive, they were less developed than they are now in their capabilities. So not too many solo pieces were written for them. So we trumpet players are happy to have this piece. And we will, Jack Walker, who's a new Crowsdale Village resident over on Davison, and I will play this piece. And I've asked Judy Bolt, who is a fairly new member of the group, also a resident on Davison, and a seasoned conductor. She is the director of the Epworth United Methodist Church Orchestra. So she's agreed to conduct this while Jack and I play. So the piece is Concerto for Two Trumpets, Movement 1. Okay, the next piece is from The Sound of Music, appropriately enough, by Richard Rodgers. Rodgers, of course, was one of the famous duo Rodgers and Hart, and later Rodgers and Hammerstein, famous for Broadway musicals, wrote 43 of them. This, I guess, was not originally intended to be a Christmas song, but of course it's become a perennial holiday tune, partly due to the lyrics that refer to things like warm woolen mittens, sleigh bells, and brown paper packages tied up with string. So it's got to be a holiday tune. And the mood of this one is something we all think about at the holidays, memories and counting our blessings. This is My Favorite Things from The Sound of Music. Now, I said at the beginning, this isn't a typical band concert. Usually we end our concerts with a razzmatazz march or something like that. But given the situation, we thought a more subdued ending would be appropriate. And this is a beautiful piece. It's based on Silent Night. It's a tone poem, really, and it's called All is Calm. I think of this mood as being one of peace, solace, and resilience, which is a very good word right now. So it's based on Silent Night, Stille Nacht, which was composed in 1818 by Franz Xaver Gruber, German. It was actually written to dedicate a new church organ in a parish church in a very small village in Austria. The minister had asked for something special, and Gruber composed this work to a poem written by a local poet. This piece features several soloists from the group. It's not our usual flashy, upbeat ending, but we think it'll be a very nice way to end the evening, and will bring you tidings of comfort and joy. So please enjoy All is Calm.